So we're here at the Always On 2005 Innovation Summit, and why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Valerie Cunningham, and I'm helping the build and the execution and the go-to-market strategy and launch of the Going On Network, which is basically a new social software platform designed for corporate and media brand use that the Always On site will be migrating to. And we've got our chief Coolio architect building it, Mark Cantor, who has also worked with Tony before on building the current Always On site.
I was just going to ask for like a 20-word explanation of what Going On is all about. So what is the basic? I mean, you've got different kinds of potential clients for this, right? The average blogger, but also corporate kind of clients.
Right. So basically, let's take it first from the member perspective. You're going to be able to go and join. Let's say I'm going to go and look at Always On. Always On will be one network on the Going On platform. So I'm still going to type in what I do today, alwayson-network.com, and there I am at Always On. And I'm going to go, oh, cool, this is cool stuff. I'm going to click on this, and I want to join and become a member of this network. So I set up my profile. I've got all of that going on. And then I'm cruising around Always On, and I say, ooh, look at all these affiliate networks, and look at all these other people who are member. Okay, so basically, any kind of company can start a network. And you start networks and, engage in this new sort of open marketing approach for very different reasons. Business Week publishes, blogs will change your business. Well, it's another way of communication, and this sort of open marketing approach with blogging and social networking. Social networking is the contacts and lead generation and transparency part of it, which is really cool, goes hand in hand with this blogging. But just because Jonathan Schwartz blogs doesn't mean your CEO needs to blogs, right? There are very many different purposes for blogging, whether it's product support, network, or you're targeting just open source geeks to build cool new apps on your product, or whatever it is, right? So part of our process of how we're going to be working with our initial customers, and these are really our beta customers because Sun, Wilson Sonsini, Technology Review, these guys already have their own little Always On network that we right now call Kairatsus, but they're pretty, this is open and honest, they're ineffective because it just uses exactly the same template and features and functionalities that Always On has, and we haven't spent the time with those guys to show them how to use this most appropriately for whatever their purposes are. So we're going to be migrating those guys over on the Going On Network platform and helping them to figure out how to best build a network for their purposes and what kind of content. Mark was talking a lot about different kinds of gutter blocks. So if you're setting up your basic, I would call it maybe a corporate home page network where you want your company news and your product news and different promotions and different events. If that's the kind of network you want, that really, is your corporate news page and network, then great. You're going to have a little gutter block called interactive news, and you'll be able to, in the back end, drag and drop your static press releases into a blog format, and that's your little gutter block of press releases, and everything will have an RSS feed attached to any of these different kinds of gutter blocks.
Let's hope we can do better than press releases.
Yes, exactly. Right. But Sun will continue to do press releases, and so will IBM. So,
right.
Exactly. So, same with media brands,
Okay.
The difference, so we'll have basically 3 different kinds of templates. One is for the individual member, one is for the corporate company, and one is for a media brand. Media brands in general just have more content. So they will have 2 columns in the center to allow for that more content. But if a company wants, more space for more story sections, then that's fine too. So those are, again, just templates, and we're also coming out with a conference template, and we'll be building all other kinds of templates in the future. If you want a custom template, that's fine too. We can build that as well. So, so here you've got Going On, you're going to have company individually spawned company or media brand network, so Sun and Technology Review and all of these guys, and then you've got your members who have their own networks. So I've got my blog, right, on Going On, and I also have 2 other blogs that are Typepad. I can bake those into my member page, which is kind of nice because then it's all there in one if I want that. And then I'll be able to show who my friends are that are all members of Going On with my networks, my relationships, which networks I belong to, which groups I belong to, and I'll be able to post from my one blog to any of these networks that I'm a member of. So, I write a blog about how much George Bush sucks, and I'm going to put that always on so Tony can read it, and then I'm going to put it in all these other places, and I can just do that all with one click. So again, in terms of Mark and what he's building, this is, it's pretty much leading what his vision of the digital lifestyle aggregator, which, we're building this for the end user at the end of the day. So you're going to have these member networks, you're going to have company branded networks, and they're all part of the big Going On picture. So our business model is hosting. We'll be hosting these. We'll be helping the company and media networks go, you know what? All these other networks on Going On have the same types of members, share these same types of members as you do, so they're also your audience. So you should affiliate with them, and they should promote your network on their network and vice versa, and we'll set up these media packages for all of these various company and media networks. And, that's the shared revenue model right there.
So we've talked about media companies and corporations. Tell me a little bit about regular old bloggers and what the attraction, what would Going On offer to them?
So again, for the regular old bloggers, Tony was talking a lot about this, for most bloggers, I think 80% of the guys in the room that we were just there blog at very many different places. So one of the big features for them is that they can bake in their existing blogs and manage that all from one place. Because we are incorporating all open standards and all open web services, and we're actively going to be seeking partnerships with EVDB and Delicious and Flickr, and we're going to be building all of those kinds of things. And it's, again, one centrally managed place where you're going to have a gutter block that's My Delicious, My Flickr, all that kind of stuff. And again, one of the big problems of, okay, I'm a member of Friendster, and I'm a member of Tribe, and I'm a member of all of these things. I've got multiple identities all over the place. Eventually we want those guys to open up too, so my profile can be interoperable across all of these kinds of different networks. And, one of the big, great things is, I work professionally and have several different clients, but I don't necessarily want them to see that I'm part of the whatever, right? Naked Ski Club of Norway or whatever that was, okay?
I didn't know that, Valerie.
I will make I won't show that I'm a member of that group and make that publicly knowledgeable,
Right.
to certain different kinds of people. And also for the bloggers, it's advertising too, self-service advertising, so we'll also share that across the networks, and basically, everyone being able to build in their own stuff, I think, is of huge value, and centrally manage their identity on Going On. And that's just going to get better and better the more web services and open standards and everything that we integrate.
So Mark suggested this is going to launch in the fall, probably
Yes.
October, November. Where do you think we're going to be a year or two from now?
A year or two from now, I think we're going to have a lot of different kinds of networks. I kind of see this going in the direction too of like a reality show, having their own network, right, where the people in the audience, they'll all sign up as members and they'll have their network, right, and they'll post to the reality show's network. I see Going On because of the ability to customize networks is so high, and because of the social networking backbone and the transparency and the fact that members of networks can post content to that network, which is a huge thing. Because of that, I see just a really broad use and different kinds of networks being on there. So not just the Sun types and the tech companies we're currently working with, but a lot of consumer kind of folks too, and media companies as well. And who knows? I think too, as far as your digital identity, isn't the ultimate dream at some point to not have to go to wellsfargo.com and type in my username and password and manage that over there and manage this over here and all of that. I mean, so we'll see if Wells Fargo becomes, a member of our network. I mean, I can see it be a lot more of a robust system and a very secure system as well. Again, from the point of view of the end user, just to make it a centrally managed place where they've got all their identities in one place. So, but who knows? Who knows?
Okay.
We'll definitely, we're not selling a Google or Yahoo, I'll tell you that right now.
And that's a good place to leave it. So good luck with it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.